following story was written by Victor, a participant in the I Don't Mind Writing Workshop, a partnership with the Write On program for Mental Health Connecticut. The title of Vic's piece is Hurting and Healing. This class was recorded online in the fall of 2021, which may affect the audio quality. This story is raw, personal, and contains language that may not be suitable for younger listeners.
Hello, my name is Vic, and today I'd like to share what it's like to challenge your internalized stigma against your own mental illness. Part of healing is accepting that there's something that needs to be healed. That's the first step. For years, I just thought there was something inherently wrong with me. I never had to worry about having a roof over my head, or food on the table, or clothes on my back. I was raised in a wealthy area. My childhood was free from physical or sexual abuse. My parents are still together, and my siblings and I get along, as well as siblings who are so close in age can get along. So why was I always so anxious? Why was I so profoundly depressed? Healing is defined as to make well again, or to make sound or whole. What if you never really were well in the first place? I don't remember much of my childhood, and what I do remember is tainted with profound sadness and intense anxiety. I had my first panic attack when I was 6 years old. I cried on the way to school every day from first through third grade. I thought it was normal to hate myself and not want to be here anymore. It was normal to intentionally inflict harm and pain onto myself. I didn't know these were problematic thoughts or behaviors. As a teenager, after years of intensive outpatient, emergency room visits, hospitalizations, and countless clinicians, my parents sent me to a therapeutic wilderness program, followed by a residential treatment center, both 12 hours from home in a different state. I want to emphasize how disparagingly I use the term therapeutic regarding that wilderness program. I wasn't home for 17 months. Despite this intensive treatment, I was still convinced that I was the problem, not a mental illness. I could accept the diagnoses that continued to appear, but I felt they were solely my fault. The people I met in treatment had experienced addictions, sexual assaults, and divorced parents. What the hell was I doing there? In fact, I believed I wasn't deserving of these treatment programs because I was completely fine. I felt guilty for taking up space. When I returned home from treatment and was still struggling, attempting to end my life just made sense in my head. I couldn't help but wonder, why was I so fucked up that even out-of-home treatment didn't help? I believed that I truly deserved to die. There was never one specific aha moment when things changed. It happened when I was 18, though. I asked for help, even though it felt like accepting defeat. I knew something wasn't right. Although hurting myself every day was familiar, I was able to recognize that it wasn't healthy. I started what would be my last adolescent program, an intensive outpatient that meant leaving my senior year of high school early, 3 days a week for 4 months. Over the course of those 4 months, I started to notice things around me. Recollections from my childhood, patterns in my family, memories from the wilderness program resurfaced with accompanying distress. Maybe it wasn't me. Maybe I didn't cause this shit show. And maybe, just maybe, I didn't deserve it either. All that I have control over is my response to the world. My mental illnesses may continue to throw whatever they can at me, but it's up to me how I choose to interact with them. If I'm being honest, the feeling that something is inherently wrong with me has been resurfacing lately. My mental illnesses may very well be there for the rest of my life. I'm still learning how to cope. It's not typical that you hear of a young child with anxiety and depression who self-harms. But that's my story. Maybe it's not normal or conventional, but that's okay. Thank you.